Hi, my name is Amanda Wynalda. I'm one of the executive attorneys here at Anderson Business Advisors, and today we're joined by Karim. Karim, how are you?
Hi.
Hi.
It's good to see you, Amanda.
We work together. Karim's our nonprofit attorney here at Anderson, and we're going to talk a little bit about nonprofits. So, Karim, what is your background? How did you get into nonprofits?
I started working at the IRS. I worked in the IRS when I finished law school. Yeah, I know, but it was a great experience. At least, I learned what it was like on the inside. I learned about reviewing applications. Worked with taxpayers when it comes to filing the applications to make sure they qualify for exemption. I did it for 5 years, and then I went into private practice, and I've been in private practice ever since.
So we pulled you away from the dark side.
Yes, and I'm still paying back for those 5 years that I was there. But it was a great experience. I loved it.
Yeah,
It was
no,
great.
it's good. I mean, it's great for our clients and great for us because you have so much expertise.
Yeah. The experience at the IRS definitely helped. It helps me prepare the applications. It helps to advise the clients to let them know what to expect when it comes to the application process, and then how long it's going to take, and then the compliance about what you need to do for tax filing requirements as well.
So if you're a client, what should you be thinking about if you want to do a nonprofit? Like, what type of client does a nonprofit best suit?
Anyone who wants to do good, if you want to make a change, you want to make a difference, there's always a need. There's always a need for something from humanitarian relief, providing food, clothing, and shelter. If you want to help with affordable housing, which is huge now, education is very important now, especially helping kids to learn about science, technology, engineering,
STEM.
and math. Yeah, STEM. To learn that, to help them work in fields where there's going to be a lot of demand in the future. Obviously, AI is going to be a huge thing. Things like robotics is extremely important too. And then there's also scholarships, scholarship opportunities for kids who can't afford to go to college. This is an opportunity for nonprofits to help support them to get a leg in, to be able to go to college, to be able to succeed.
And then there's a ton of tax benefits too. So yes, you should definitely have a giving heart, but on the flip side, what are the tax benefits of running your own nonprofit?
Well, tax benefits, if you donate cash, you can deduct up to 60% of your adjusted gross income, which is huge. For a lot of clients, that's a big deal. If you donate to a public charity, if it's a private foundation, then it's 30% of your adjusted gross income for any cash contributions. And another benefit, if you have assets that you've held for more than a year, like stocks, let's say it's doubled in value, and you're going to pay taxes if you sell it. If you donate it to the nonprofit, it's tax deductible, and you don't pay any taxes, and the nonprofit gets it, it's tax free. So even though it may have quadrupled in value, you get a tax deduction, and the nonprofit doesn't pay any taxes at all on these assets.
That's amazing. So what is the difference between a private foundation and a public charity?
Private foundations, usually, it's the funding that you get is from one source, usually the founder is the one who will make the...
These are like family foundations.
Yeah, typically. You think of Bill and Melinda Gates, obviously, as an example. So they will fund it, and they won't seek any outside support. And it's usually run by family members as well. But private foundations have a lot of restrictions, and there's a lot of rules and regulations. Whereas a public charity, you're generally going to get public support. You're going to receive money from the public, a lot of different donors, and you don't have the same restrictions as well. And the tax benefits are more favorable as well.
For the people who are donating.
Yes, for the people who donate. When you donate to a public charity, you get a better tax benefit than if you donate to a private foundation. And in addition, more funders will donate to public charities and not private foundations.
And so here at Anderson, Karim runs our nonprofit division, and we've got some events coming up. So what would somebody expect to learn at our nonprofit event?
Well, what we talk about is the different types of nonprofits, the tax benefits, the investment opportunities. So you're looking at investing in real estate. You can invest in stocks just like you can anywhere else, and it's all tax-free. You can do affordable housing.
That's a big one.
Yes, it's huge. You can get significant grants and funding opportunities from Section 8, from HUD as well, to help with affordable housing. So there's a lot of different opportunities. There's different ways that you can get funding and apply for grants, from the Department of Education to the Department of Health to HUD to Section 8 and also to private foundations. All of these provide funding as well. as well as private foundations, other corporate entities. So we talk about that in the workshop. So these are all funding opportunities and ways that you can get donations.
If I come to the workshop, do I have to already have an idea for a nonprofit, or is that something that I can develop along the way?
No, easily, at least not even half of the people who are interested in getting a nonprofit and end up purchasing one know what they're going to do. We give them ideas, give them suggestions, and a lot of them, when they hear these ideas, this is when they decide that they want to do a nonprofit like this. They know they want to do something, they want to make an impact, make a difference.
Yep.
They're just not sure exactly what it is they're going to do. They have a hard time articulating what they're going to do. So we try to help them, steer them in that direction.
And then on the compliance side, when you say they buy a nonprofit from us, what is Anderson, what is your team doing for them?
Well, we do the tax filings, we do the charitable solicitation, because anytime you're going to do fundraising in a state, you have to register with the Attorney General. So we can help them with the registration. The donor letters is important.
Yeah.
Anytime you make a donation, you have to get a donor letter. Even if it's to your own nonprofit, you have to get that. Otherwise, if you get audited, it will be disallowed. So we prepare the donor letters for the clients, and even if it's 100 donors, we'll prepare the letters for all 100 of them to make sure they all get the letters so that they're all complying with the rules. And then, of course, the tax filings. Many organizations forget to file tax returns, and they lose their exemption. So if you don't file for 3 years, you'll lose your exemption. So we do the tax filings every year for the clients as well.
Yeah, and just giving them the knowledge to follow those compliance rules, because it can be so complicated. If you're out there because you're wanting to help kids or you're wanting to promote science or music, all of that compliance stuff is sort of out of their realm.
Yeah. Many assume that once you get the 501c3, you're done. You don't have to do anything else. Just do your activities, and that's where they make a mistake. Yes.
The IRS is like, no.
No, you have to follow the rules. You have to comply. Whatever you explained you were going to do in the application, you have to continue to do as an organization. You also have to do the tax filings as well, and you have to register with the states as well if they require that, because the Attorney General wants to monitor your activities as well to ensure you're not doing anything fraudulent.
Mm-hmm. And we help with all of that.
Yes, we can do all of that for you, and we do that for most of our clients.
So
Yes.
give me an example of some of clients that you worked with, that some of the types of things that they do.
Definitely affordable housing and shared housing, very popular. So shared housing is when you are sharing a house with many individuals, say they're recovering from addictions. So they need a place to, to go through the recovery process. Mm-hmm. So some of these places have up to as many as 8 to 10 people all living in the same house, all going through recovery to overcome their addictions. And it's been a successful model. But in addition, for the shared housing, you can do it for elderly, you can do it for those with disabilities, you can do it for those who are victims of domestic abuse, experience homelessness. So it's very popular. So it's a place to give them a place to stay temporarily until they can find something more permanent, and to help them find a job, regain their self-confidence, overcome addictions, and even suicidal thoughts as well. So it's been extremely successful for our clients. There's the affordable housing, there is humanitarian relief. Helping low-income families, giving them food, clothing, shelter, cover their medical bills, for example, and even housing assistance with it. And then we have other clients who want to give back to their communities where they grew up, villages where they grew up as well, so they'll give internationally. So these are all very common that we see with our clients.
And do you have to be like a Bill and Melinda Gates or like a professional athlete? Do you have to already have tons and tons of money to be able to start doing this?
No, absolutely not. I used to think that as well, because that's the applications that I would see at the IRS, but that's not true at all. Everyone who has a passion and a dream to do something, to make an impact, to make a difference, can do it, and it's easy to do. Many of them may not even donate to their own nonprofit. Instead, they know what they want to do, and they just get public support and donations to help them with that. So you don't have to have a lot of money to be able to start it.
I love that. Well, Karim, we have a tax and asset protection event and also the nonprofit event. If you're interested, if any of this speaks to your giving heart, or if you're looking for some tax benefits in the nonprofit sector, go ahead and head to our website, andersonadvisors.com, and sign up.